So here's a stupid little thing I've been getting on with. It's late FM tours, and what it does is it's a Google Gemini workspace thing, and what you do is you start off on this page where you have a place, a destination. So we're leaving London, we're going to Paris. So yeah, and the date and time, and the tour name is Echoes of the Void, and we get given our producer, which is Prime Architect, the Rhythm Architect Prime. He's 150 years old. He's done 273 years in service, and he came from the resonating caves of Xylos. He's got a technique and a biography. So we'll initialize the crew. So we've got the Inept, which is a musical idiot who doesn't know music terms or anything, instrument names, nothing. And he starts off, he knows music exists if he's a level 1, and if he's a 10, he knows all the different wiki conspiracies. Not sure why I made it that way, but anyway. And then we got the blind guy who cannot see, so he's not able to describe what he sees, but he can tell you what he hears and what he feels. And it's in abstract descriptors or sensory vibes, somewhere in between that. So he's level 4. And then the deaf guy, so he can't hear the music, but yet he can touch everything and give you a sense of what everything feels like and what everything feels like internally. And then we get to initialize a room. So we build a stage. What we've got is Eleanor Vance, a band in the Obsidian Lounge, and the blurb that tells us about it. So that could be used as a prompt, I suppose. And then the stage setup tells us what the stage is. And then we can send in one of each. So we'll send in the inept. So the inept tells us a little bit about what's going on in that. So then we'll send the blind guy in. There we go. So the blind guy's gone in and given his description of what it feels like. And then we'll send in the deaf guy. And then we've received the deaf guys, which is basically he draws as a visual sketch because he can't, because he's deaf, he doesn't know how to speak, so all he can do is draw. I don't know why I made it like that. And then we synthesize the prompts, so we've got those 3 prompts, and it goes into our producer guy, and then he builds that into a sonic architecture using his skill sets. As long as it works. It didn't work last time properly, but hopefully it works this time. I might have run out of credits at the time. And then when we come out the other end, we've got the Death Agent sketch, which for some reason it's not given, is it? But we've got a visual prompt, so we can use that to make a picture. We've got the sonic palette, which is a sensory mapping of everything. And then the producer's assumed reconstruction of the genre and other bits and pieces. And then the vocal and lyrics mapping. And then for some reason we didn't get the lyrical vibes. Oh, we did. It's there, look. Just can't read it. So then what we'd do is drop each one of these in as a prompt, or we would drop all of that into the chat. But I'm going to leave that for now. And then once we are done, we can wrap it up. We compile a half-assed review made by a food critic who doesn't give a fuck about music. He just sent the CD and said, "Here, give us a write-up." And we receive an image and a small what he thought of it. So it's compilation, barely noticed, too busy contemplating the truly excellent shrimp cocktail he had laid out. And then we can start a new tour. Ta-da! Madness for no reason. And then if we go back, I also have this one. So in here we can put any presenter name. So we're gonna put in Andy Chromatic. He is we'll say he's 48. He was born in born on Burton-on-Trent, and he is abstract hip hop. Avant-garde jazz. I And we'll go. What we've got is a resonance, which is ones that you match closely to what you've asked for. So hybrid, acid house, and ones that match wild cards. They're completely polar opposites. So we'll go Indian classical. We'll put jazz and go for trip hop, and finally acid breaks. And then we get to put in our 30-minute overall arching theme. So we start off with lo-fi, breakbeat type. Well, warm up the show, give another 30 minutes. So the next 30 minutes, we'll say we're going into the acid house fusions with a moderate beat. Then the next one we'll go for. We're in the third segment of the show, so we'll drop into the jazz, that infused dub step, high energy. Pushing us over the hill. And then in this one we'll put spoken experimental pieces, Max abstract themes, and that's took us into the next segment. So we're going to be slowing down now. So we're going to get moody, avant-garde, synthesized fusions. Oh, well, we're only having 4. I didn't mean to click that. I meant to put another 2. So hopefully it does the full 60 minutes anyway. So this generates up a full show when it's finally done. To say I might end up only with 2 hours worth of programming here. Hopefully for these I can somehow put them onto their own LLM so they don't take tokens, and it's just done on a server somewhere, or you are putting your own tokens. So basically we've got a little blurb about the presenter, his backstory, his voice sound, and then we've got the first 30 minutes, the songs, the sound prompts to go. Second 30 minutes, the songs and the sound prompts, and then again, songs and sound prompts, songs and sound prompts, songs and sound prompts for the next. So we did only get 3 hours worth of stuff, and then I can export that as JSON. Job's done. We can start a new show, And I think that were them. Yeah, so there's just some madness I've been making. Hope you enjoy.